Hello, welcome back to the Audible, the show we talk about football news in the NFL and NCAA. Today we're going to be reviewing new information released on the Madden QB1 Road to Glory mode. They've just released new teams and new things, details about the mode, and that's what we're going to be discussing today. Nathan, anything to add on that?
Well, let's just get started. So, from my understanding, now you're going to be able to play in 2 college football playoffs, right? So 4 games in total.
So you're going to start in high school, it sounds like. You get to pick like the high school name, where the high school is located, customize your avatar just like you could last year, and then pick from like a predetermined set of logos they have. So you'll start. Yeah.
Do you think this is in the right direction towards finally getting another NCAA football game, or is this more stepping to the side from last year?
I think that so them adding the new teams and adding the new modes is them trying to maybe because obviously a lot of people in the Madden community want EA to make a NCAA football game, and I think they're trying to do that by maybe getting the licensing rights to some of the teams. So I think it's a step forward, but I just think there's a long way to go till we get a full game.
I mean, I'm sure that EA wants to do this. I mean, there's so much money on the table.
Yes, really. Yeah,
But one of the things I'm looking at, so there's 10 teams, right? So the old ones are, Florida, Oregon, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, LSU, SC, Texas, Clemson, Miami, Florida State, right? So basically this year, they basically just swapped out Florida State and Texas Tech for Michigan State and Nebraska, from my understanding, right?
Exactly. So what they've been talking about is it says in some of the updates that you'll be able to play through 2 full college seasons. I don't know how they can have a 12-game seasons without licensing rights and stuff like that to more teams, and I feel like they'd give you the options to play as those teams if they were going to include them in the game. So I think it's going to be more something like, I saw this today, that there's 2 schools from each division. So it's very likely that they have those 2 teams to do a conference championship. So maybe that's where your player is going to start, in a conference championship against the other team that's in their division. So say you were to choose Michigan State, you could start playing a conference championship against Nebraska, and then go to the college football playoffs maybe if you win that.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's more than what they had last year. It just seems like they had a whole year. All the resources they have, I feel like they could have done more. I don't know.
We could go into complaints about Madden, but they focus all the resources every year into one key area. And I think it'd be more appreciated if they spread it out and improved the overall things more than just focusing on one thing.
Well, the one thing is Ultimate Team, right? Is that what you're referring to? Or?
The one thing, last year they had Superstar KO and X Factors. This year they did a lot with gameplay, a lot with like new abilities to like balance out the gameplay, and that was very much needed. It's just other things didn't get updates, like franchise didn't get any updates. It's just the same old thing. It's been like that for like 5 years.
Well, I mean, I am a franchise person. That's the game mode I like the most. And
A lot of people love franchise, yeah.
They're neglecting franchise.
Yes, they are. Right? They haven't updated that in a while. I think it needs updates. It needs new things.
But here's the kicker, right? They're not going to update franchise because, you can't sell packs on franchise.
Exactly, exactly, yep. Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
The only other way that Madden gets better is if it gets competition, and we know they just signed their wholly, exclusive agreement until, 2026, 27? Yeah. So I think it's going to be rough for quite a while. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. I think it's already gotten pretty bad.
Well, exactly. You've seen, so there's things out there. There's new like private people, like solo programmers that are making new games that look very intriguing, and they're doing things that with one person on their team that EA hasn't done with EA's a $1 million company. They're doing things that EA doesn't do.
Well, I mean, there's 2 of them that come to mind. I played a couple of them, but I know that you... I mean, I kind of... There's a Maximum Football, which is coming out of 2020, and then Access Football. Maximum is more focused on college, and then Access, I haven't really looked into that, but the thing with those is that, the gameplay might not be as great, but you know that when you're funding these games, I think of it more as a future investment to fund these developers.
Definitely.
But you got to realize, you're paying $30 for this game, right? And you pay $60 for Madden. But with those, you get about 30 times as much passion in indie games than your $60 will ever get with Madden.
Yeah, the one I know about is called Sunday Rivals. That's being developed. It's just came out recently, so it's like, yeah, I think there's definitely those creators need investments to keep on going and improving their game and stuff like that. So yeah.
I mean, I think it's the only way that Madden gets. I mean, I'm talking all this crap about Madden right now, but I mean, it's the only really good football game out there, so I mean,
yeah,
we're probably gonna buy it, just because
exactly.
There's nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it was gonna be like a Christmas game for me if I was gonna get it this year, just to see what people say about the new gameplay and stuff like that. And before they released the teams, I was intrigued in this new story mode because I thought it was an improvement. Once they released Michigan State, as a Michigan State fan, that definitely draws me in a tiny bit more. just to be able to play in my favorite team with those uniforms in the field with the chants, and I just think that's intriguing to me. But obviously, that's not the public. That's me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, if Michigan was in there, that would definitely make me want to get it. But
so yeah,
I'm just. I just hope the game gets better.
Yeah,
Madden
definitely.
21.
Well, and I mean, a lot of people have complained. Well, the main complaint of the previous Madden was that there was a meta in Madden, and that's football games aren't supposed to have metas. They're supposed to be you play your style of offense, and you do that. But there was stretch runs, and the X factors on some X factors just allowed you to just get free 60-yard plays every time, and it's just not how football works.
Yeah.
So, I think the gameplay on what they're trying to balance out, with new pass rush moves and new open field tackling stuff, I think that helps. But so I'm glad they're at least doing something about that. But again, they're focusing all their resources on one thing.
Well, thank you guys for listening to this clip on the Audible podcast, or I don't know if we would want to call it a podcast. It's short little tidbits of what we think about certain things going on. But you want to
thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time here on the Audible.